Hey guys, it's been a long day, but don't fall asleep on me just yet. Tonight we're going to do a sequence for relaxation. So soften the lights and get cozy. It's time to unwind. Some of the things that you may like to have handy, that I like to have handy, are a nice warm hot water bottle for Savasana, nice cozy pair of socks and a nice warm jumper, and a cushion or bolster. I use a scarf instead of a yoga strap, and a yoga block or brick, but you could use a block, any exercise block, a book that you might have handy, a nice big book that you don't mind the spine getting a little bit buckety on, or a shoebox. Okay, so first off, we're going to start off with legs up the wall. So if you can bring yourself close to a wall, or even the side of your couch, it doesn't have to be a wall, but just coming close, so you come to the end of your mat, position at the end of your mat against a wall or couch, and if you don't have either of those handy, that's absolutely fine. And you'll need your yoga strap or scarf for this, and placing your right hip in nice and flush against the end of the wall. And then shuffling your body in against it as much as you can, and keep your toes flexed up towards your face. So don't allow your toes to just disengage at any stage or to point away from you. You want to keep your feet flexed, okay? And with that in mind, there is no perfect or imperfect in yoga, particularly in this class, but you do want to make sure that you're keeping your muscles engaged. So don't allow your muscles to disengage at any stage. Don't allow it to just all hang out. You don't want to stretch out of your limbs. What you do want to do is just even keep a slight engagement, so 10% is enough. You never have to go to 100%, and please don't. 80% is perfect. So placing the strap underneath your toes, unless you're up against a wall, and then you can just rest your feet against the wall or against a couch. And we're going to do some yogic breathing. So place one hand on your belly. Close your eyes, shuffle your shoulder blades in underneath your body for support, and then just tuck your chin down just a little bit to protect your neck, and place one hand on your belly. Close your eyes. Inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, hold. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold. Try and keep that breath going, so you're inhaling for a shorter amount of time than you are exhaling. So when you're exhaling, you're releasing more air out of your body, trying to breathe deep into your tummy. And we're going to hold it here for another, I'd say, good 20 breaths, because you really, really want to get the benefit out of this. And sometimes it's much easier to do this when you feel really relaxed to go and do more yoga. So inhaling deep into your hand, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And what you can start to do is to tense your toes as you inhale. 1, 2, 3, hold. Exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, toes, and start to squish up your feet, the bones in your feet and your ankles. 2, 3, hold. Exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Squeezing toes, feet, ankles, calf muscles, really squeezing. 2, 3, hold. Exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, hold. Squeezing your toes, feet, calves, knees, thighs, squeezing. Hold. 2, 3, exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you feel this is causing any extra tension in your body, you can just move your body just around just a little. You can soften your knees, Always feel free to move your body in a yoga class. Don't feel like you have to just stay static like a statue, okay? This time squeezing toes, calves, knees, thighs, glutes. 2, 3. Hold, exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Squeezing toes, calves, knees, thighs, glutes, torso, all around your stomach, all around your rib cage, even your shoulders, all the way up to your ears. 2, 3. Hold, exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Squeezing your hands this time. Toes, thighs, calves, torso, shoulders. Inhaling. 2, 3. Hold, exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. Remove the scarf or strap or whatever you're using and start to make little circles with your feet. And then you can do some little circles with your hands as well, just to waken up your body, okay, after doing that. And whatever direction you went in last time, now you want to go in the opposite. And we're going to just go over towards the side, shuffling back away from the wall or whatever it was you were leaning up against, and come in to the center of your mat. Okay, use your yoga strap and get yourself nice and centered on your mat first. Find out, and you don't have to have a mat, by the way. A rug is absolutely fine. So whatever suits you most. There's no point in going around, running around the house looking for different things. Okay, so placing the strap again underneath your feet and allow it to go underneath your left foot, particularly the ball of your left foot, and allow your right foot to come down along the mat. Holding the strap in your right hand and place your left hand out on the floor. Inhale, exhale, allow that foot to fall away. Keep both feet flexed, both feet are active. Looking towards your left-hand side, keeping your left shoulder on the floor, keep your left arm on the floor. Exhale. Only go to your maximum range of comfortable motion. Do not overstretch in this, okay? Inhale, come back to center. Holding it with the other hand, place your right hand on the floor. Inhale, exhale. Aiming to keep both your sit bones rooted down onto the floor. So you don't want your right sit bone to peel up away off the floor as you're doing this, okay? So just go a little bit of the way. Exhale. Look to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release that foot down and then place the strap around the ball of the other foot. Taking a hold of it in your left hand. Inhale. Exhale, allow it to come away. Looking to your right. Inhale, back to center. Placing your left hand on the floor this time. Exhale. You can close your eyes during any of these or keep your eyes open. Inhaling back to center. And then this time you can place it underneath both feet. This is a really soft, gentle one, so we're not really trying to prove how bendy or twisty we are. So just keeping your feet active, keeping your toes curling up towards your face, keep your sit bones rooted down into the ground, the base of your spine rather, rooted down into the ground. And just allow your feet to go away just a fraction to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. Release the strap. You're done with that for now. And just take off your socks if you're wearing socks, if you happen to be wearing any, okay? Because it's not a good idea. Sometimes they can throw you off balance. Maybe you want to keep your socks on, and if you're at home or if you're laying in bed, yeah, maybe it's a nice idea to keep your socks on. But in general, for yoga, you want to have your socks off, okay? So placing your feet underneath your knees, and we're going to do a modified bridge pose, okay? So for an inhale, again, we're keeping the core and the glutes engaged the entire time. Inhaling, coming on up, shuffling your shoulder blades in underneath your body. Tuck your chin down a little bit for support. And then keep on lifting your hips. Keep your glutes engaged. Lift them a little bit higher. Engage your glutes a little bit more. Don't come up on your toes. Stay exactly where you are. Inhale. This pose is really, really good for stress. It's a real good stress reliever. Really engage your glutes. Keep it here for the count of 1, 2, Inhale 1, exhale 2, and release. And then you can hug your knees in towards your chest and do some little circles in one direction. And most of us carry some sort of tension in our backs. Maybe it's in your lower back or maybe it's in your mid back. Find out where that is for you. Maybe there's no tension at all, which is great. But this still usually feels really, really nice. So circling in one direction. Don't forget to breathe. Circling in the opposite direction. And then come over onto one side and push your body up into seated. So from lying down, you can place one hand in front of your face, push your body up to seated. Okay, so we're going to do seated head to knee, which is really, really lovely for sinuses. If you get any sort of sinus pain, if you get any sort of migraine, but it's also just a really lovely yoga pose. So placing your left foot along the mat and keep your toes curling up towards your face. Get your right foot, the sole of your right foot, and place it on the inner thigh of your left leg. And then curl your left, bending at your left knee, keep the toes curling up towards your face on both feet, and then place your forehead on your knee. Inhale deeply. Exhale as you kick that foot away along the mat. Now, going here is fine. You don't even have to go this deeply. But keeping your forehead to knee connection the entire time is really what you're after. It's the kind of the gold. You're getting your money's worth in the pose when you're doing this. I always say that. Maybe it confuses people, but you're getting the full benefit from the pose is what I mean. So placing your forehead on the mat, on your knee, and then you can kick it away a little bit more if you like. Keep your toes curling up towards your face. If you do get your legs straight on the mat, just don't allow your forehead to push your knee into a hyperextension, okay? Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And this time we're aiming to breathe deep into your back body, okay? So deep into the back body. If you've gotten to a point where you can't breathe in a pose, you've gone way too deep. So try to just back off just a little bit, because the key really is to be able to breathe. Exhale, release your hands either side of your foot, and then push your body up into a seated position. And we're going to do the exact same on the opposite side. So your toes curling up towards your face on your right leg, and placing the sole of your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Curl your fingers underneath your toes on your right foot. Place your forehead on your knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You can stay here a few more breaths if it's working for you. So if you really feel like staying on a few more breaths, this is your practice. So just make sure that you own it, particularly seeing as you're practicing at home. So just enjoy it. And if you're really enjoying a pose, stay in it. Inhale. Exhale. Whenever you're ready, place your hands either side of your leg and push your body back up into a seated position. And we're going to go ahead and do a twist. So having your feet both facing the end of your mat or the top of your mat, curling your toes up towards you, and then bend at your right knee. Lift your left arm out nice and wide and hug that right knee with your left arm. Lift your right arm up nice and high in the sky and place it at the base of your spine. Keep your left toes curling up towards your face. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Keep both sit bones rooted down onto the ground as you inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Don't over twist. And the key to twisting here is you're twisting from your lower spine, not from your upper spine, okay? Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, come on, back to center. Have both feet out in front of you again, and we're going to do the exact same on the opposite side. So I'm just going to spin so you can see what it is I'm doing. So placing your right foot, pointing away from you, toes curling up towards your face, bend at your left knee. Don't allow this sit bone to lift off. So if it was lifting off, this is what it would look like. So you want it to be rooted down into the ground, okay? Reach your right arm up nice and high and take a hold of your left knee from the inside. Reach your left arm up and place it at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Things are going to come into your mind during your yoga practice, and that's completely natural. So just try not to pay too much attention to them. So if something comes into your mind, the harder you try to push it away, I find anyway for myself, the harder it becomes to let go of it. So the more gently I can let go of it, the quicker it'll go away. Exhale, return back to center. And then you can just give your knees a little squeeze. And we're going to come down, back down onto the mat to lying down. And we're going to do another modified bridge, okay? So placing both feet in underneath your body, shuffle your shoulders in, or both feet under your knees rather, shuffle your shoulders in, engage your core, engage your glutes. Inhale and start to lift. And make sure you're engaging your core at your back body as well. So you don't want to just be engaging your core here, okay? And then also, if you can see my ribcage flaring a little bit, you really want to try and corset that down if you can. Inhale, lift. Really squeezing your glutes, engaging your core, holding it here. Exhale, come on, back down. Inhaling, lifting back up again. Coming up high, high, high as you can. Keeping feet on the floor, keeping your hands, palms down if you like, or you can interlace your hands underneath your back and give it a little bit more height. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down. And then rolling forward, so you can place your hands underneath your thighs to rock yourself up into a seated position. Walk your hands 30 centimeters behind your back, and we're going to go into an upward facing plank. So both feet down on the mat and start to lift your body up nice and high, engage your glutes, engage your core. Now you've got an option to drop your head back, but personally I prefer to tuck my chin for this and really pushing my toes down towards the mat, and then I can see what my toes are up to, and then lifting your glutes, lifting your hips, engage your body, exhale and lower. If that has given you any foot cramp or leg cramp, you can just take a hold of your toes. If that's not accessible for you, just bend your knees and take a hold of your toes and pull them up towards your face, okay? Coming back down, we're going to prepare for Savasana. So get your socks and place them back on your feet if you're cold-blooded. And come back down to laying on the mat. And if you want a blanket, or if you took off your jumper and you want to pop it back on, now is the time to do that, okay? Get any other props that you might like for your Savasana, so for your final resting pose. So if you'd like a blanket, or if you'd like, what's really nice is a pillow to put under your knees, just have them really handy for yourself, okay? Laying down on the mat. And take a hold of your right leg. Have your left leg along the mat, toes curling up towards your face. Don't allow them to point away or flop away just yet, because we're not finished quite yet. Take a hold of your right knee and draw it out towards your right shoulder. Give it a huge, big squeeze, avoiding your rib cage. Keep a hold of that knee with your left hand and allow your right arm to come away along the mat. Draw the the right knee over towards the left. And look over towards your right hand. It's amazing that hardly any yoga teachers know the difference between right and left. Don't draw it over too far. You don't want to overstretch, okay? Inhale, come on back to center. Give it a nice big hug towards your right shoulder again. Exhale, release it. And then squeeze your left knee towards your left shoulder. Give it a big squeeze, avoiding your ribcage. Draw it over towards your right-hand side, your left arm coming down on the mat. You can close your eyes and look towards your left hand. Keep your left shoulder blade on the mat. And keep your right foot engaged. Just trying to remember that can be tricky in itself. Breathing here. Inhale, come on back to center. Squeeze that knee towards your left shoulder. Exhale and release. We're going to do some windscreen wipers. So placing your feet either side of the mat and have your knees just balancing off each other just for the moment. They're not going to stay that way. Placing your arms, so cactus your arms. So when I'm saying cactus your arms, bending at your elbows. So your arms are coming up either side and your hands are coming up either side, kind of like a cactus, okay? And then allowing both legs to flop over towards the right as you turn to the left. It's a gorgeous stretch here. It really works on the outside, the left-hand side of your body, and it feels really, really good, especially if you do any other exercise or if you've been doing any strenuous work at all. It's just a really nice stretch. Exhale in your maximum. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Give those knees one last big squeeze. And then do little circles with your knees again. If you can feel any tension in your body, so maybe you feel it in your mid-back, maybe there's no tension anymore, which would be great. But just give your knees a little circle, go in the opposite direction, and bring your body down for Savasana. So bring your feet either side, allowing them to flop away. Shuffle your shoulders in underneath your body for support, and tuck your chin, close your eyes. Bring your arms either side of your body. Inhaling deeply for the count of 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Maybe you'd like to start to squeeze your toes as you inhale. 2, 3. Hold. Exhale and release. 3, 4, 5. Hold. Squeezing toes, ankles, calves. 2, 3. Hold. Exhale and release. 3, 4, 5. Hold. Toes, calves, thighs, glutes. 2, 3. Hold. Exhale and release. 3, 4, 5. Hold. Toes, calves, thighs, glutes, torso. 2, 3. Hold. Exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Toes, legs, glutes, torso, shoulders up to ears. 2, 3. Hold. Exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Toes, legs, glutes, torso, shoulders, hands, arms, face, crown of your head. Tensing. 2, 3. Hold. Exhale and release. 2, 3, 4, 5. hold. Imagine that your head feels heavier on the mat. And relax your jaw, relax your tongue. See if you can soften the space around your eyes, soften your collarbones. Imagine your shoulders feel heavier on the mat and your arms, softening the muscles, softening the bones in your fingers, your wrists, your elbows. Imagine your ribs and all the little vertebrae in your body feel a little bit heavier and the muscles a little bit softer. Imagine the weight of a bowling ball being placed on your pelvis and rooting you down into the earth. Soften your glutes, soften your thighs, soften your knees and your calves. Soften your ankles, the bones in your feet and in your toes. You're welcome to stay here for a longer Savasana. If you're with me, start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. Hug your knees in towards your chest, keeping your eyes closed. Give them a nice big squeeze. Roll over towards your left-hand side or your right-hand side, whatever's convenient for you, and place your arm underneath your head for support. And then just give yourself a minute, one last minute in this nice dreamy state, and start to think of 3 things that you're grateful for in your life right now. And that might be having just done a little yoga practice, or it might be the way a loved one smiles at you, or makes you laugh, or maybe you went for a gorgeous walk today. But try and keep your gratitude really simple. Placing your right hand in front of your arm for support. Push yourself up into seated. And come to a cross-legged or any easy seated position. Close your eyes, place your hands in prayer in front of your heart. Lift your heart up towards the sky. Exhale, bow your head to your heart. Namaste.